Just first off, congratulations to Florida State. I thought they were tremendous scoring the basketball. Everything we thought they could be and do, they did. So a lot of this accountability is on my shoulders. But Latson, obviously one of the best players in the country, was awesome tonight.
Questions, guys? Start with Mark.
Coach, obviously, Florida State, we knew going into the game was a high-scoring team, but obviously all those steals they had, all those turnovers they forced. What about Florida State's defense, made that such an issue tonight?
Yeah, I thought that was the difference early, especially in that first quarter. You can turn the ball over a little bit, but those live ball turnovers were really a crusher. I thought they played the passing lanes and, just got easy baskets, a little bit of some unforced errors by us and a little bit of pressure by them. So kind of a bad combination. And I thought we were scoring when we took care of the ball. But obviously those points led to, just huge runs by them. It was difficult to stop the bleeding.
Obviously, Winslow had a lot of those turnovers. Was that, did you notice their defense really kind of trying to force the issue with her in terms of the steals there? Or?
Yeah, I thought she turned it over a couple different ways, a little bit trying to get the ball up the floor quickly and, trying to take some chances. And, we talked a little bit specifically about what was kind of going on at halftime and got a little better with it. But, yeah, some of the kick-ahead passes, a little bit loose. Really all our guards at times were loose with the basketball. So especially a team that gambles and, goes for steals and some of that, we have to be a little bit better countering it.
The right side, David.
Rose, they obviously have some really good scorers. What makes them so balanced offensively and so tough to handle 1 through 5, maybe just not the top 2?
I would say it was just from a team point of view, like our own team, it was just being more connected with one another. They do have a lot of good scorers, but I feel like we could have played a lot better defensively with one another, just understanding the calls that we were doing and just buying into the scout that we had and making sure we wanted to accomplish what we know we wanted to do in the game.
What do you take from a game like this moving forward? Obviously, quick turnaround for Sunday.
With a quick turnaround, I feel like I have to take more accountability with myself. I did not have the best game. The first half was really emotional for me. I feel like my emotions played a big part into my leadership role, that I didn't really play the best part into this game. I feel like I just need to have a more leveled head and just be there for my teammates.
Obviously, Latson's very good, but across the board, it seemed like they were very balanced. What did you think about just your defense and, what areas would you like to see improvement in?
Yeah, our defense wasn't very good. I'm trying to find something positive, but we'll take it. We know it wasn't very good. We know Florida State's one of the best scoring teams in the country. Just our one-on-one defense. We tried to switch it. We tried to fight through some things. We tried to hedge, tried a little bit of everything, but unfortunately wasn't able to really, really shut them down. And then I thought we had a couple really nice possessions, and then they hit threes. So kind of a bad mix of both for this evening. But we talked about just a little bit in the locker room, like we got a long season ahead. We got, there's new players and new roles. I'm going to, spend a lot of time breaking it down and get us ready for Miami. And just even the comment Rose made, she's ready to, take accountability. And that's the really, really good thing about this team. We made a couple mistakes, but, we're not falling apart, and really excited to get to work with them tomorrow and come back and see if we can have another day to fight.
Rose, to follow up, you mentioned your emotions. What got your emotions bubbling up there in the first half? Was it just the other team just taking control of the game, or what got you going there?
I would say my emotions really came in from the part of me knowing my expectations for myself, but then the expectations that my team has for me, and not playing into that role. It really affected the way that I was playing in general on the court. I did let that get to me, but, if my shot don't fall, it don't fall. I know I can rebound. I know I can play defense. So my confidence can come in different areas, but I feel like it's just the fact that I wasn't there for my teammates tonight. That's really why my emotions were not the best.
Obviously, Latson, came into the game as the leading scorer in the country. What were you hoping to do better on defense or against her, or was it just a lot of just points off turnovers?
Yeah, Latson is, extremely talented. She's just plays at an incredible pace, completely under control with what she wants to do. You know, she can slide through small spaces, tremendous body control of being able to finish. Even when you're up on her, she can kind of hang in the air a little bit, and, you know, just has a really good knack in the, you know, middle third of the floor of how to score. And so those points off turnovers, you know, hurt us a little bit, but just her as a scorer, you know, she's not very big if you see her, but she just has this incredible feel, long arms, you know, can kind of understands angles to get her shot off. And I just thought once she got cooking a little bit, you know, her confidence grew, and obviously had a huge night.
Rose, when you give up 105 points, I mean, what's kind of the mood of the team? I mean, is that going to, you know, kind of embarrassing thing that's going to fuel you to you guys be better on defense, or do you brush it off pretty easily, or?
Well, this was a hard loss for us, but we can only get better we can only learn from our mistakes. We can only just know what we got to fix, which is going to practice, watching film on it, understand what we got to do with our coaches, getting our extra time in, and execute what we need to get done to win the next game.
You have an update on
Love it.
You have an update on when you might get Suffern back in action?
Yeah, we have some bad news. Suffern's going to be out the remainder of the season. Unfortunately, she has to undergo shoulder surgery here pretty soon. So just disappointed. She's made some incredible strides from freshman to sophomore year, but this option is the best option for her health and longevity of her career. So we're going to start from there. So, and then I probably won't say too much more because that's the medical team, but that's where we're at with Samaya.
What did your shoulder injury turn out to be, like a fractured shoulder kind of thing?
Yeah,
or?
again, I'm not the doctor. That's she's out for, you know, the remainder of the season with surgery.
Was that in practice where she just kind of fell to the floor, I guess, or what was the cause?
Yeah, we're not real sure, but we know we got to move forward with the surgery.
Finish on the right, David.
What do you kind of tell Carly after a game like that? Like, obviously, Florida State's a really good defensive team. You know, what are the next couple of days going to be like? Just to, you know, obviously you have to turn the page, and there's more games to play.
Yeah, and you know, I told them, you know, just we're gonna stick together through this. We're gonna spend time watching the film. I think the big thing, like Rose was talking about, you know, part of this journey is not getting too high or too low, and we got to be ticked off, you know, tonight with how we played and how we performed. But I love this group in the locker room. I know they're going to come back with a different mindset. You know, now Thursday to Sunday, you got to find that right amount of rest. I told them, I'm like, we're not here to kill you tomorrow. We're trying to really learn from our mistakes and find our confidence again. And sometimes going on the road is the best thing. You can get away a little bit, and we know we want to play better in Castle and in front of our fans. So it's honestly as simple as stay in the process and go back to work. And, you know, that's going to be led by myself and our coaching staff. And, you know, I know these young women, you know, want it. It's a little bit of just giving them the right tools to get through it. And somebody like Carly, you know, she's going to be as hard on herself as anybody. And she knows, as long as everybody else, we all got to play a little better. And if we can incrementally do that, it'll be, I think, a much better performance, hopefully, for us next game.
Not having Suffern now, what does that do to the team, I guess, or where do you kind of, how will you miss her?
Yeah, I'm just proud of her. She's made some huge strides. You know, we've had a little bit of time now to play without her, so that's what was good when we were trying to figure out what the best you know, steps was for her. You know, we got Mackie more minutes, Layla Wells more minutes. We can shift our lineup a little bit. So that's been actually pretty seamless, you know, because she was out a little bit. So we've had time, a lot of practice time actually, to work on that. But, you know, great kid. She's going to come back stronger than ever. She's been awesome. I call her little Coach Suffern now. So she's going to be helping me. And, you know, we're going to give her some duties to help her stay focused along with her rehab.
Rose, I'm sure it's been tough for Samaya. What can you say about her just as a teammate being there, kind of what Coach just talked about, being there with you guys, even though, you know, she's going through a tough time?
I feel like this is a tough time for not just herself, but all of us because how big of a role she plays for us. Just her being present in practice every day and bringing the energy that we know that we need from her, it really helps. Like, it shows that she's not always a player that executes on the floor, but we can use her in so many different areas with her just being there mentally for us. She brings a lot of energy into practice, and we do appreciate that from her.